fam, welcome back to my channel where we are all about love and positivity and self-development and all that great stuff. In today's video, we are talking about how to be productive but not busy. I personally did not know that there was a difference between the two for a very, very long time. I was that busy girl that you could never get a hold of, and I could never go to anything because I was always busy. Like, I worked too much, and when I wasn't working, I was working. That was me. But over the years, I have found that first of all, that's not healthy. It takes away from self-care. It'll drive you crazy. And so over the past, I want to say year or so, I have discovered ways and implemented things into my life so that I am productive, but I am not busy. I am getting so many things done, more than I was getting done before, mind you, when I was that busy girl, but not having every second of every single day utilized. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first tip that I have for how to be productive is utilize the do not disturb option on your phone. I don't know if Androids have this option. I'm assuming that they do, like something similar or that equates to the do not disturb on the iPhone, but turn your phone on do not disturb mode. Eliminate those distractions. People texting, people calling, all of that stuff. No. Forget all of that so that you can focus on whatever task it is that you have to do. That isn't something that I've done for a really long time, or I never did that before. And recently, in the past few months, I've been utilizing do not disturb, and it's been wonderful. Utilizing the do not disturb button has saved my life. It's helped me sleep. It's helped me get things done in the mornings. It's helped me focus. It's literally a lifesaver. I love the do not disturb button. My phone, sometimes I accidentally leave it on do not disturb, even when I don't have to. The next thing that will help you become productive and not busy is learning how to say no. Do not take on too many projects than you can handle. Make sure that you are able to prioritize and organize everything so that you are not overworked. And if you don't have time to do something without rushing something else, say no to it. I may or may not do a video just on the art of saying no, because honestly, it's so hard to say no when you're a busy bee and you always want to be getting things done. And trust me when I say I understand, because that is me to the 100th degree. But it's better to say no. Just learn how to say no. Learn, if your friends say, yo, let's do this in the middle of the day, and you know you have a project due, say no. One of my favorite things that has helped me more than I expected it to was a tip that I got from Erin Henry, who is my favorite YouTuber, one of my biggest inspirations for YouTube and everything else. And that is to stop checking your emails all day. It's honestly probably the most nerve-wracking and frustrating thing to do. Checking your emails constantly, checking for responses from this person, from that person, sending emails, all the other stuff. Stop it. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. It's a distraction. It will keep nicking and picking at you. And honestly, this is a very hard thing to do. When you're used to just checking your emails periodically throughout the day, it causes problems. The thing that I did that helped me, that I think I got from either Kaylin Nicholson, another favorite YouTuber of mine, or Michelle B, another favorite YouTuber of mine, I watch a lot of YouTubers if you can't tell, is to check your emails at specific times throughout the day. If, I choose to, when I wake up in the morning, I don't check my emails right away. I wait until my quote-unquote work day starts. When you're working from home, it's important to have organization when it comes to these things. But when my work day starts, that is when I start the day off by checking and responding to the emails in the morning. I do not check my emails again until after lunch. So after lunch, then I will go back and see if I've gotten responses, respond to emails, and then that's it. I do not check my email again until until the last, until until the end of the day. Until the end of my work day. That's the last thing that I do before the end of my work day, and then that's it. I don't check my emails throughout the night. I'm not laying in bed checking emails, none of that. You know, I have 3 set times a day to check my emails, and that is it. So that may not work for you. So set specific times to check your emails and get your things in order so that you're not checking your emails all day. I'm sorry, I was leaning over that whole time. I probably looked like a whole slouch out here in these streets. The next thing, which is extremely important and probably vital, without it you will not have a productive day and you probably will have a busy day instead, and that is to strategically plan out your day and your week. I am a big fan of to-do lists. I am not one of those people who likes to have 50 different to-do lists for every different situation. I start on Sundays. I may or may not do a video on my Sunday routine for planning out my week. I don't really know. But I do sit down on Sundays, and something that I do is I take out everything that I need to do throughout the week, and then I assign the day and the time that I'm gonna do it. I prioritize, I decide what needs to be done first, what is a must do on Monday. Like, it needs to get done so that it is done, like when I need to, like, so if I have a deadline on, like, let's say Wednesday, all of that gets done on everything that I need to do for that. I do it earlier on, if not the week before. So, you know, plan, prioritize, have things, schedule yourself free time, schedule time to just sit and do nothing. I literally schedule my sit down, do nothing, and watch Netflix time. I literally schedule my time to do whatever I want. If I want to go for a walk, if I want to sit down and eat a pizza on the floor, whatever it is that I want to do, I schedule time to do that throughout my day. And I make sure that every single hour of every single day is not just dedicated towards work, because it's healthy. You need that time, you need that break. It's important. So schedule your time wisely and make sure that, you know, you're not scheduling to do something every single hour. Like, make sure that when you're doing that strategic planning, that you have a beginning to your workday and an end to your workday. And when you get to the end of your workday, whether it's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, end it. Do not go back into work. Do not start getting all obsessed. Every now and again I do that, but I really try to, like, make it a habit to not do anything work related after like 6 or 7 o'clock, because I want to focus on dinner, my night routine, getting to bed, winding down, relaxing myself, turning my brain off, so that by the time I go to bed, I can actually go to bed. I have not been doing that well with that lately, but, you know, before, it's just been a good practice for me. The last thing that I have is cutting the things that you have to do in half, which there's so many different ways to do that. First of all, meal prepping. Take away the time that it takes you to pick out what it is that you want to eat. Plan that ahead of time. Pick out your clothes ahead of time so that you don't have to worry about that in the mornings. Schedule posts. If you're a blogger, YouTuber, whatever, schedule your posts. That literally is everything for me. Scheduling posts is my life, because if I didn't schedule my posts, I'm telling you right now, Twitter and Instagram would be very inactive. Scheduling posts, and outsourcing where you can. If you're somebody who doesn't have the time, like if you feel like you being on social media is going to take up way too much of your time, you don't have the wherewithal to schedule that, outsource it. Get yourself a social media manager. If you need a virtual assistant, get yourself a virtual assistant. Do whatever it is that you need to do to get the things to cut your time in half, to make it as easy, as simple, to just flow through your day. Instead of rushing through assignments, have a process. I am a blogger, and I write for 4 different websites. 4 different websites. And the most difficult thing for me is 3 of those websites are basically the same niche. So I have to differentiate what I'm writing for each, so I'm not, you know, like repeating content, you know what I'm saying? So I have a process for when I do what, how I outline things, when I write things out, and a lot of them have the same due date. So like, I have a plan, a process for that, so that I'm not overworked, I'm not feeling stressed out, all of that. And, you know, and sometimes I do outsource my editing. I do have somebody else go over and edit what I have and look over it and proofread. I do have an outsourcing for that. Sometimes I outsource graphic making when I don't have time for that. If you need to outsource, you know, I'm a social media manager, and so sometimes people outsource handling social media to me, because they don't have time for that. So, you know, outsource where you can. So yeah, those are my 5 tips, and I really hope that those were helpful for being productive and not busy. If you're somebody who works from home, then this will be hopefully really beneficial to you, because it's really hard not to, it's surprisingly difficult not to be working 24/7 when you work from home, even though working from home gives you the freedom to work less or spend less time working and more time with your family or with whoever, but you end up actually doing a whole lot of work, especially at the beginning. So that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, leave video ideas below. Let me guys know what you think about this video. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Yeah, have a great weekend.